So you asked if the load is still available
That's the first.
and
Let's write it down. Calling about posted load from here to here. Is the load still available, right? This is the most important. We don't want to keep talking if the load is not available. So now, Joanne, let's pretend I'm a broker. Yes, it's available. Second question.
then you ask about the weight
No, the weight
and
doesn't matter first. First, what has to make sense, Jen?
the transit.
Our
Time.
ability to pick up on time and deliver on time, right? So can
Mhm.
I get the details? What time do we pick up this load when we deliver? This is going to be second question. You cannot go to the weight, you cannot go to commodities, because we learned how many times we learned today. Oh, we cannot make it on time pick up, or transit is too long. So does it make sense for us to continue? No, right? In this case, Joanne, if the load is picking up too late, or it's picking up too early, or the transit is too long right here, what are we going to ask?
If they have another load that
If you
we
have
can.
another load, because, well, unfortunately, I cannot pick up at 11. My driver can be there too. Can we pick up later, right? Or transit is too long, or transit is too tight, right? So we can ask this question. And after we do, we said, do you have another load? But when we ask them, do we need to tell them where is your truck is? What are you looking for, right? So
Yeah.
because we are calling about posted load, let's say, remember, we posted in Minneapolis, but we calling a load 75 miles away. So you tell them, do you have another load? I have available truck today, tomorrow. I have a reefer, I have flatbed, I have a drive-in. I have truck which will be right there in Minneapolis at 10 o'clock. Or I have a truck which will be in what? Half Moon, New York, right? Remember when we talked to the guy from Syracuse? Well, this is a big difference. So do we want to help them out? Yes. So if they say yes or no, some of them, see, they were giving you option, right? They were saying, well, I have this, this, and this. In this case, since they are giving us different option, what do we do physically? We go back to the map and we start posting now. So give me the zip code for this load, right? Give me the zip code for the delivery. Let's say we figure that out. Now we know that we can pick up, we can deliver. Now what we need to verify? Commodity, right? So
Commodity.
what is a commodity on this load? And in this case, what is a commodity? Is it palletized, right? Is it palletized? How many pallets and what will be the weight? The last phone call about that flatbed. Do you see that one of his loads were 49,000, right? This is heavy. Most of the flatbeds, they cannot scale that 49,000. So if the weight makes sense, if the commodity makes sense, it's not excluded. What did we see today? Remember pork, right? Why did they said, well, it's going to be pork because we have to pay attention.
Religion.
When we were talking about beer, right? Remember he said it's a beer. Well, why? We need to make sure it's not excluded. So commodity has to be on our policy and has to make sense for us. Remember about California minus 10 degrees? Well, not something we want to drive for 5 days with minus 10 degrees when we have a really hot summer now everywhere, right? In every state. I don't know where you guys, but in Chicago, it's been killing us. The heat is killing us. So, do we want to take minus 10 degrees now? Probably not, right? So, let's say we settle all this. Now we go into the negotiation. So, if we see that they posted the rate, Joanna, so let's say they posted 550, right? Well, we can say, I see that you posted at 550. Well, can you ask that you know how much you need for your company? I see you posted at 550. For my company to do it, for my driver, for us to book it, I need to be at 1,000. Can you meet me there? This is my lowest, right? So that's what we're
Mhm.
going to be asking. And then we're going to start what? We're going to start negotiating from here.
Negotiating.
Let's say Yana, she was asking, remember, 7,300. The broker start from 65 when she asked for 73. Well, she already went till 69. So to push to 771 was not that hard, right? If we would continue to book that load. Okay, so after we discuss all of this, what are we always doing? Aquina, now tell me the steps. While you're talking to the broker, while you have map on the half of your screen, But what else are you doing? Are you verifying what other brokers are posting exactly for this, right? So remember, let's
Oh
say
yeah,
we
the spot
posting,
market.
yeah, we had a post in Minneapolis and we were going to 5 different zones. But now we call it exactly from Minneapolis to Atlanta. So while you're talking, you go and you adjust that posting so you can compare exactly for today, exactly from Minneapolis, exactly to Atlanta. Is that going to help us? Yes, because a lot of times you think that you're asking enough money, but you are underbidding, right? Correct? So that's what
Yeah.
we do. So after we did all this, wow, another step we which need to add. When we ever taking the load somewhere, I was waiting for one of you to say, but well, Alex, before we go anywhere, you were always telling me that we have to see what's going on there. Aquina, where is that question? I did not hear that. Yana, where is that question?
To see
None
if his load's coming back out.
None of you said, but Alex, shouldn't we check if going to Iowa with that flatbed and going to Indiana, what is better, right? Were we
Yeah.
learning that in a class? Yes, we did,
Yeah.
right? So let's add those steps. So before, while you calling or before you dial, you compare. Well, you have two loads, one going to Iowa, one going, let's say, to South Illinois. They both paying $600. But don't you have to justify for yourself going to Iowa tomorrow and going to South Illinois? How many loads are posted already, right? And that's going to help you. Do you want to go to that area? Or do you want to go to the area where it has more loads, right? So lots
Right.
and lots of steps we learn. And now what do we need? Implement them. Implement. So unfortunately, today, kind of extra homework. I want you to take time and sit down and write, kind of go one more time. After I ask this question, put like a little arrow. I'm gonna do this. If I receive this question, well, I'm gonna ask for this. If they cannot help me out, well, at least I'm gonna, like Joanna did, at least I'm gonna get set up, right? If I could not get set up, well, maybe I'll make the mark that we not approved on that highway, right? So there's always have to be positive outcome, right? It's not always about booking the load. It's about learning how to build a relationship and maybe knowing, well, these guys don't want to work with us because of their nonsense with inspections, right? So you're gonna mark them as well, correct? Correct. And remember, we have ability to do what? Well, you know that they are not working with us. You know that they have an attitude on the DAT on truck stop. You also can block the broker by MC number. So in this case, Joanne, when you pause, they don't even gonna show up on that load board, right? Because do you want to deal with it? It's gonna be waste of your time and your energy. Okay. So let's talk about this, Aquina. Why dispatch? And what do you think after yesterday, after today? What
Why am I?
challenges do you see? What challenges do you see, and what do you need to improve?
Oh, why am I first? Okay, so after this class, one thing I know that I need to improve on because I'm a more hands-on learn as I do is with the strategy on doing the how would you say it, the ABC loading. Um, hmm, yeah, and I have to be more comfortable with talking. So, and yeah, I think that's going to be my biggest thing that I'm learning is pretty much try hauling. And
Okay,
that's what I
so
really
but
want to be good at.
remember today also, let's agree, sitting on the couch, right, Joanne? Not in front of the computers, two screens, it's a big effect. So that's gonna be changed, right? So when you're gonna
Yes.
be sitting like you, Miss Alex, right now, I have 39 inches, like a little spaceship, so you will get comfortable, right? First, you're gonna have all the information about your career, so that's gonna be easier. You're gonna do posting by yourself. So that's why today, of course, working under the circumstances, well, it's very hard, but at least it shows you how it's done. Well, you know the stuff, you've been studying, you've been answering, so you know. So the only thing, again, I want you to just rewrite the steps and kind of practice. Even when you sit at home, I want you to guys start talking loud to yourself. I don't care if your daughter is gonna say, Mama, you're going crazy or whatever. I say yes. Because if you do it 3-4 days in a row, like you driving and you like, okay, I'm calling about posted load. Is it still available? It's gonna sit there and then it's gonna be automatically, right? Seriously, that's what I recommend you. And those questions are gonna pop up really fast. Well, your knowledge is there. You just need to make sure to improve what? Commodities. I want to make sure you know the commodities and the steps. So steps before I call, I see what's gonna happen. And of course, multitasking faster. But again, faster it's gonna happen because it's gonna be your spaceship, not mine, and you're gonna be in control of it, right? So make sure you
Yeah.
guys always have a comfortable sitting, you have piece of paper, notes, whatever you need, right? But I think that I see lots of improvement, and yes, you've been participating in the class, and yes, you can do it. You
Thank you.
definitely can do it.
And I
Definitely.
think you're a great teacher.
Thank you. Let's go to Joanne. Today she's a star of her communication skills. She's the one who's receiving 3 stars from me. So Joanne, what do you think? We don't have to work about communication with you. That's there. But what else do you need to improve?
Um, my improvement is my challenge is putting together the map and doing it as quickly as possible so that I could see if the rate per miles makes sense, especially when they change it up. So I got to get used to listening quickly and switching because I had another laptop, so I was trying to switch and type there while they were on the call. So that would be my challenge. And like pretty much the routes and the cities, the commodity. I kind of need to know the commodities, the states that they're supposed to be more popular in. I kind of need to study that a little bit more. Yeah.
So probably going and utilizing that markets and posting and seeing, right? Like going and post.
Mm.
Well, let me see Atlanta today. Post and post like 50 miles, post the drive and see. Well, for drive and that's how much they have. Well, post reefer for Atlanta. So kind of in the beginning, the first few months, you will need to learn this by what? By actually sitting and posting and comparing and then making notes. Well, every time I go to Atlanta, well, I see the loads are there for this and this equipment, right? But remember, there's going to be a little bit seasonality, but still, you need to learn that. Well, in general, you come from what background? What background do you have? Like, what do you do?
Hospitality. I was yeah.
Hospitality. That's why do you see, guys? Her voice is trained. She's a pleaser. Sometimes she will need to get that energy, right? It's struck, and sometimes you will need to push a little bit faster. But let me ask you this: do you like the process of dispatching? Is that something what you were looking forward to, or you think that now it's too much to deal with? What do you think?
I don't think it's too much. I like the way you teach it. You don't just teach us to like book the loads. You teach the whole background of it. So like everything between like the critical thinking and how to process, which is what I love to do. I'm used to calling customers and I'm used to like dealing with critical thinking, but mostly I did it in sales as a sales director and as a manager at a hotel. So I'm trying to transfer everything this the way you're doing it and the way you're teaching it. So yeah, I think it's a great job, especially for at home. I made the right decision because I wanted to stay home with my daughter and spend more time. So I really, really will enjoy that. So
And I think you have all the possibilities. So thank you for all the feedback. And again, it's gonna get faster when you're gonna set up, when you practice, when you're gonna learn a little bit more. So come back to those cities, come back to those commodities so you're flexible with it. And again, when you guys gonna start, remember, you're not gonna start with a drive-in, reefer, and flatbed. You're gonna choose one. For most of you, I tell the easiest way is start with drive-in. But reefer is not that hard. It's just more details are there, right? So whatever, but just do not combine. Do you have the potential? Of course you do. And I can tell you this, after you book 1, 2, 3 loads, and after you push that brokers, you're gonna feel so satisfied and you're gonna start loving to dispatch. Because believe it or not, even in this market, when we combine, when we negotiate, when we still make those drivers drive, oh, that's very rewarding job, right? Plus, maybe in the future, later, if you add safety compliance, so you can give them the full support, because do we see, like most of them, they are lacking that knowledge. And a lot of times now it's a fact on what? They don't have good safety rating, or they don't have, let's say, inspection. You have to be able as a dispatcher to talk to those brokers, right? And actually help your carriers. But I think she's frozen now. Joanne, we're giving you all these good stars and now her connection is frozen. Well, hopefully you're gonna see it on YouTube. Joanne, we're giving you 5 stars, right? Yana, let's go to you. Our Ukrainian star. So, what do you think?
I'm happy, very, very happy, because before I want to enroll, I watch many videos from you, and I need for myself, I need more confident. I need more listen skills. I know more theory, but my speaking skills and listening skills will be improve.
It's okay, it's gonna be improved, because again, the questions are the same. But as I told before, I'm very proud of you, because I see how you took it seriously, right? You understood that you need to improve the knowledge. So theoretical stuff is there. I can see even the question you ask, you catch the transit, you catch that pickup, so you pay attention. So the only thing is, again, for
yes,
you,
I understand more, but
you
my
have to
speaking skills, yes,
yes,
practice.
so now I'm telling you, start talking loud, the same questions over and over. Like, do the play. Like, this is a broker. So you need to make sure that you just improve those 20 sentences, right? But do we agree that she knows? Yes, she does know, right? She was paying attention. Here's the transit. Here's this. So you there, Joanne, you frozen, and we were giving you all the stars for you and all of this. So now you have to rewatch it on YouTube. We were saying how great a dispatcher you're gonna be.
Oh, thank you. I got disconnected. I had to reconnect. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. So Yana, it's possible, right?
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I need more practice. I think when we maybe next
in 2 weeks, I want to make sure.
2 weeks, I can more confident. Yeah,
I have more confidence. So would you recommend my training?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Українською мовою. Рекомендуєш?
Українською, так, звичайно, рекомендую усім, хто бажає, sorry.
Хто бажає, хто не бажає. Окей, well, thank you, Яна.
Оставлю вам ревью обов'язково.
Дякуємо.
Я не пожалела, честное слово, я очень рада, да, знакомству, я не пожалела.
She doesn't regret that she signed up, so she is improved. That's what we want to hear. You know what, girls, I can tell you this. With everybody who born in America, right, Joanna, Queena, you guys have no problem with giving a review if somebody does a good job. Eastern Europeans, to get a review from them, you probably have to die before you get a review. So this is just a trait, like nationality trait. So that's why she's like, I'm gonna give you a review, and I'm like laughing. I'm like, okay, please do so. You know how many Eastern Europeans I had in my classes, and they all went and opened companies. But for them to give a review, it's like they don't want to admit that they went and they took the class. They want to sound like, oh, I learned it all by myself. This is a truth, you know? But it's funny. It's okay. We know that they all took our classes. We know them. We know the names of the all companies, especially in Chicagoland, right, Milan? We know all the owners. Guys, it was fun. Fatima, let's go to you. So, being a driver, being a person who wants to change this, what is your challenges?
Yes, for me, 1 week before I sign up for your class, I did not, it was not in my mind to do dispatching one day. And I was searching, getting information. I find your video and I got a lot, like the very good information. That's why I start thinking probably, I never thought one day I'm trying to do the dispatching because I like driving. And I say I'm going to focus on the driving and other people will do that. But I think it is going to be very helpful if I still wanted to do the driving, knowing the dispatching and knowing the safety is going to be very helpful. And actually, I found out my real training, you train us, we got very like the amazing information. Still, after your class, I back to your YouTube channel and I listen, and your voice always is in my head.
Sorry.
But I think no, I love it and thank you very much. And I feel like last night I started backing to the first papers and first class you sent it to us. First day it was not make sense. What is the like that all that information? Yes, exactly. Right. No, after I back to all that I know what's going on. I know what you're talking
And that's what Fatima and everybody else, that's what I'm saying. Today, you guys not done. We're done with the practice today, but you not done. Because after today, each of you have to go back to the first class, start reading and kind of relearning because now you know how it goes, right? So now you can put it together, finish that circle. So that's why when people say, oh, can I start dispatching tomorrow? No, take at least 1 more month, go back. Of course, now you can start advertising because you have enough knowledge, right? We're gonna remember how are we gonna talk to them? Well, first through the operational cost, right? We need to make sure that we're on the same page. You can share a lot of information with the driver, so you can start presenting yourself. But I really advise you to go back now, take it slower and redo, even the rewatch some quizzes, the rate confirmations, right? Because now you know how important it is to what they promise and what they send, right? A lot of times it's a big disconnect there because why? Because a lot of times they lie to us, right? They don't tell the truth because they don't want you not to book the load. So now we already had the proof. Do you see how many times when we hear that Lineage Logistical or Cisco or CNS, even brokers like, oh, yeah, we know they're not good, right? So are we gonna memorize that? Yes, we're gonna memorize that, right? So, and of course, keep watching because we're gonna try to we're posting all the time. Even when you watch other practice or somebody's telling, I know some of the videos are older, but now it's gonna start getting, oh, now I understand. Because sometimes when you watch in the beginning, it's a lot of information like, okay, why do I need this? I don't need this. I just need to ask how much, right? Well, no, how much is gonna be the last question. I'm very proud of you. We have Milan. Milan, again, big thanks to you. Even driving all the way in Europe, still participating, still doing all the homework.
Yes.
Studying hard, right? So you're receiving the star. So girls, in 2 weeks, I'm gonna look at my schedule today. We're gonna schedule 1 more session for everybody to participate. So let's do this. You have 2 weeks to really, really go over. Because I really want to see that voice, to be confident. I want those questions. And if you have possibility to have 2 screens connected, maybe make it happen in 2 weeks. So you can really share, right? So we can see your steps. So I can kind of help you out to guide you through that, right? You guys all received certificates yesterday. So congratulations. Some of you left us review. We really appreciate them. Yana promised us for sure in both languages. We're gonna ask for 2 languages, English and Ukrainian.
Okay. I want 3 language and Russian.
And Russian as well. Okay, so we can do that. But girls, Very proud of you. This is not an easy class. Plus, again, it was challenging. All of you were showing up on that Wednesday night, right? You are my heroes. So, in the future, hopefully to see you in safety. Fatima, see you on Saturday, safety class. Everybody else, hopefully October, November. Make
Yes,
sure
I want.
Make sure you connect so we can give you discounts. But remember, you here to cut the nonsense out first, right? The things we doesn't make first, cut it out, then go back. You still have to be professional. So ask, do you have other questions? But a lot of times when you see person doesn't want to talk to you, well, say, okay, it's okay. I'll call you back, right? So this is okay. You're gonna have people who gonna hang up on you. You're gonna have some nonsense. You're gonna have like questions. Why don't you want to go to Maryland? Well, why? Because I'm a pro dispatcher, right, Aquina? I am not punishing my driver to go near Washington, D.C. and get stuck in traffic with extra security, with the chances to what? To get into accident. No, I want him to go maybe to upstate New York, right? I can tolerate maybe beginning of Pennsylvania. Because why? Because you are pro dispatcher. So learn to answer sometimes with telling them, well, I know what I'm doing, right? That's why I need this money because I know my operational cost, right? That's why I need that extra money because you want me to tar. That's why I need extra money because you want me to have an extra peak, right? So you have to validate. But after all, I think you guys receive a lots and lots of information. There's a lot of things to go read, write the notes. But what we remember, Yana, when we talking, we put in that that pen away. We are concentrating on understanding what they want, right? We're only gonna take it when? What is your name and how can I reach you? Then we taking that phone away. Here's another trick. Lots of my students, girls, and I used to tell them all this time, but now when I visit some of them at home or when I go to their offices, I still see it. So I ask them to go to craft store. I don't know what you guys have, Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I don't know what you have in your states. And buy or go on Amazon and get little flags. I want you to get 3 colors, red, yellow, and green. And put 2 cups in front of your 2 computers. Because you're not going to be writing, right, Yana? So you're listening to him. Well, it's a strict pickup. Which flag is that going to be? Probably red.
Right.
Well, this is a light load. Well, green. Well, the transit kind of long. Well, red. And visually, because when you're listening, you kind of see, oh, too many red flags already. So it kind of brings you back to reality. Believe it or not, it works. In the beginning, it works because it helps you visually to, oh no, this was too heavy, strict appointment, going through tolls, right? So you kind of like, okay, now you see 5 red flags and 1 yellow. Well, probably not the best decision, right? Probably let me call you back. And again, how you guys gonna answer all the conversation? Let me check with my management and I'll call you back if I can get approved. Don't ever say, oh, let me to ask my driver. Because even if you have 1 truck, well, you have owner of the company, even if it's your company. You know what? A lot of times when I had my company, I never said that it's my company. I said, I'm just the dispatcher. Let me get approval. And how would I play with that? Well, you have the guy on the other hand and you say, listen, my manager, she's not in a good mood today. She told me I cannot go lower than 72. And sometimes, believe it or not, those guys gonna feel better. Okay, let me see if I can meet you there, right? So use that. This is a psychology game. This is something you can utilize. Let's say you made a bad decision and you book something. Well, maybe it's time to cancel, right? Sometimes you're gonna have a real reason why you cancel, and well, you cannot say I found a better load, right? But what can you say? Well, maybe we got 3 pallets rejected, right? What did I teach you? Well, say that you need to bring them back opposite somewhere further, right? Yes, but in this case, what is your phone needs to start having? The pictures of that rejected
Pictures, yeah.
pallets, of that tires blown, of what? Of that Freightliner or Volvo having the engine check, right? Guys, we are not liars, we are good storytellers, and sometimes we will need to cover up our own mess with a good story. But when you say that story, your driver needs to match the same story. Okay?
Yeah.
Make sure you know that. Well, thank you so much. I'll see you. We are almost to we're almost to the 100,000 on the YouTube. How much? So if you did not subscribe yet, make sure you subscribe. Oh, no, we already over 100,125.
Congratulations.
That's good. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I mean, honestly,
Congrats.
it's a big achievement when you really think for the like only trucking dispatch. It's not like, you know, traveling or making food. So yes, I guess today champagne for me. Woo!
Maybe for us.
I'm sending you
Yeah,
virtual.
make sure you celebrate. Make sure you celebrate.
I am. I'm gonna make it because I mean, seriously, come on. I'm 48 years old. When I started YouTube, my son is like, "You're gonna become a YouTuber?" Like, I don't know, is that a thing? And he's like, "Yeah, this is a job." I'm like, well, it's not a job. I'm just want to teach. And now he's making fun. He's like, you know that the guy's asking me because he works in the Dick's Sporting Goods. Every time I come there to buy stuff for my tennis or something, he's like, you know what I tell them? That you're a famous YouTuber, and they all come and they want to see, oh, your mom is YouTuber. And they're like, seriously? Yes, your mom is a YouTuber. So actually, another thing, when you guys gonna start dispatching, when you want to be on your own, start building businesses, right? Well, make sure nowadays, unfortunately, without social media, you cannot do that. So maybe you need to make those accounts, right? That's how you get people, because they go with personality. They're gonna look at that queen and say, "Oh, look how cute she is! I want her to dispatch me. Look at Joanna, she's so calm. I look at Yana. Oh, she's Ukrainian as well. I want to connect with her." So, guys, don't underestimate social media. I know some of you don't like it, but this is a part of reality nowadays, right? Posting,
Yeah.
putting your face there. The biggest mistake what I see, you guys go, you create a Facebook page, correct? You create that page and you don't even put the picture and it's all generalized. Do you think people trust it? No, they want to see who you are. People connect to you, right? So be proud of who you are. Whatever background you have, whatever you do, people gonna find you, right? So we are finishing on a powerful note. What I want to see, I want you to catch up to me faster. Took me 4 years to get 100,000. I want you to beat my record. So you starting today, YouTube channels, TikTok channels, so you have to report in 1 year and say, I beat your record. I already have 100,000. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, you
Yes.
guys. Okay, bye. See you in 2
Thank you
weeks.
very much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.